Oh boy, I really don't care about this news, but I feel obligated to cover it. Mike Pence joins 2024 Republican race. Yeah, Tim Scott, I believe, is running. Nikki Haley is running. Nikki Haley had a presidential town hall yesterday, and I will stress this point again. Oh boy, did I not want to do a segment on this. I really don't care. Mike Pence is the least consequential person to announce. At least Nikki Haley did a town hall, and Tim Scott is pretty based, and he was on The View, and he's fantastic. Mike Pence, bleh. Oh, come on, don't waste my time, dude. What are you doing? Retire, buddy. You barely had anything going during the Trump administration, and now I don't know what to tell you. But okay, here we go from the Daily Mail. Former Vice President Mike Pence officially entering the 2024 race for president by filing paperwork Monday with the FEC, setting up a battle with former President Donald Trump and other GOP hopefuls. Pence will kick off his 2024 bid for the presidency in a Des Moines, Iowa rally on June 7th. He will then head to New Hampshire and other early voting states to lay out his message to voters. He is also set to participate in a CNN town hall in Iowa with Dana Bash following his official kickoff rally Wednesday, which also falls on his 64th birthday. The former vice president joins a growing field of GOP hopefuls, including his old boss, Trump, Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, Tim Scott, Asa Hutchinson, Vivek Ramaswamy, Chris Christie. Holy crap. Yo, the Republican primary is going to be beast. It's going to be lit. It's going to be so lit. Here's what's going to happen. I think it's going to be Trump and Vivek. I tell you right now, Vivek is, how old is Vivek? He's like 20. He's like my age, right? He's like 37, 38, I think. Let me double check on Vivek, his age, because I had him on. I just want to make sure. There it is. He's 37. He's only a few months old. He's like, what is that? What does that give him? August? Okay, so he's like 6 months or so, a little bit more than that. He's almost a year older than me. 6 months, 7 months. Is that what it is? Am I getting my math wrong? 8 months. Yeah, whatever. I'm not here to do math. All my Korean ancestors are screaming at me right now. Vivek's a young guy, and he's going to bring that spirit, that energy. He knows a lot about what he's talking about. He is unafraid. Mad respect. He's willing to say things that will make people angry if he believes it. And I respect it. He said he thinks there should be some kind of requirement. Service guarantees citizenship. He said we should have a civics test for people between certain ages if they want to vote. Gen Z losing their mind saying, hey, wait a minute. Wow. I'm surprised he was willing to say that. But you know what it is? It's a good bet. There's barely any Gen Z voters. And there's probably a lot of Gen Z people who agree with him. Like, yeah, I don't want those crazy people voting. But with all the people that are going to be running, Donald Trump and Vivek, I think, are going to be the only ones capable of sparring with the rest. And I still think Trump is going to be the master zinger. They're going to be on stage and he's going to be like, excuse me, no, you can't say that wrong. And Vivek is going to be saying, listen, Trump, when we're talking about these policies, who's going to win? Trump, obviously. Pending something else, I don't know. They're trying to lock him up so they can keep Trump from running, put him in jail or something. I don't know. Keep him off the debate stage, keep him out of the primaries. They're saying he's got to come back to New York when the primaries are going to be happening. Or when the debates are supposed to be happening and kickoff's supposed to happen. Or I think it's when the primaries are actually happening. They're trying to stop him from being able to be on those stages and rally. So that what? It's Ron DeSantis? I like Ron. Ron's a good dude. He's improving. I've seen some of his later videos. I think he's getting the message. You gotta boost that charisma. He needs to get that training. Vivek's got it. He's a CEO. He's got confidence behind his words. He's willing to be loud. He's willing to assert himself. And it's remarkable to me that as well as Ron DeSantis has done, he does not have that energy. But a lot of people, they keep saying things. It's not about the personal stuff. It's about policy and professionalism. No, it isn't. Barack Obama was a celebrity. Look, Trump gets up and he goes, I'm not going to repeat what Trump says, but he talks about ending the lives of individuals and how he'd still get the votes. Trump got it. He saw Obama. Obama was like, I'm going to blow up kids. You vote for me, I'll blow them up. Too many of them. And people were like, sure. No, to be honest, he was lying. Obama was like, we're going to end the war. We're going to bring our troops back. And then he bolstered our troops and blew up kids. People voted for him anyway, twice. Because celebrity is what matters. Energy is what matters. And you watch that video of Barack Obama announcing his presidential campaign run. And it was masterfully done. He goes, and that is why and then the crowd starts clapping, Barack Obama, am announcing, and they're screaming, my candidacy for the president of these United States. And everyone screams. And then Ron DeSantis has a little video where he's like, freedom is worth fighting for. That's why I'm leading the great American comeback. It's like, oh, dude, come on, man. But no, lo, my friends, behold, Mike Pence. He is joining as well. And are you kidding? Does anybody actually, let's do this. Let me pull up Predict It. Does anybody actually want to support Mike Pence? Here we go. Mike Pence is actually trailing Nikki Haley on the prediction markets. Donald Trump's at 58 cents. Yes, it's out of 100. Ron DeSantis at 31. Tim Scott at 7. Nikki Haley at 4, Pence at 4, Youngkin at 4. But Pence is below Nikki Haley, having dropped recently. Glenn Youngkin's actually on here. Bleh. Asa Hutchinson, 11 more contracts. Where's Asa Hutchinson? Is he even on here? He's not even on here. Nobody even knows or cares. Larry Hogan's doing better than him. Josh Hawley. Wow. Trump Jr. Tucker Carlson. I suppose for 1 cent, here's the way the prediction market works. You buy a share of, say, I don't know, Tucker for 1 cent. And then if at any point he improves, you've doubled your money. Isn't that amazing? If it goes to 2 cents, the only thing it could do, you've now doubled all of that money. How about that? Mitt Romney's a bad bet. Kristi Noem's probably a good bet because I would. Don't engage in this stuff. I don't want to tell you what to do. But here's what I would say. If I was going to buy any of this, I'd buy on Kristi Noem, not because I think she'd actually win, but because there's a strong likelihood that she either announces, strong enough, that speculation of an announcement could occur, or there's been talk floating of her being VP. And because of that, it's likely that people will buy shares of Noem, causing it to go to 1, 2, or 3. If you buy at 1 cent, let me correct that. If I buy at 1 cent and it goes to 3 cents, tripled my money, baby. And then you just exit and say later. So I'm not entirely sure any of those will actually go up. But Ron DeSantis seems like a safe bet. I can't remember who I have the shares. I think I have shares of Ron DeSantis, only because I expect him to improve when the primary season occurs. This is not so much about whether or not you think they'll actually win, but whether or not you can profit off of public sentiment or something like that. But Mike Pence, 4 cents. Come on. What did they even mention what his policy plans are or what he's going to do? Because I really just don't see this as I don't see a point. I get it. He was VP. But do you really think anybody cared? Like, what did he do? What's he going to campaign on? He was a dry character. And I think the reason the Trump campaign went with him in the first administration was just for that reason. They wanted somebody who was a traditional conservative, straight-laced kind of guy. And I respect all of that. I respect, like, no disrespect to Mike Pence. I'm not trying to attack him personally. I'm saying professionally, he does not have the caliber required to be president, and he probably shouldn't. For that matter, I don't think Vivek Ramaswamy would win either, to be completely honest, but I think getting on the stage and voicing your opinion on key issues is extremely important. Now, when it comes to that concept, I don't see anyone running who's actually going to have an impact except for Tim Scott and Vivek. Because I'll put it this way. You got Trump, DeSantis, Haley, Scott, Hutchinson, Vivek, Chris Christie, and now Pence. What's Chris Christie going to talk about? Nothing. What's Mike Pence going to talk about? Nothing. Nikki Haley? Nothing. Maybe something a little bit. Tim Scott? He's going to hit it out of the park on issues of critical race theory because he's been like what he talked about on The View. And other ideas as well, such as, the social issues in America relating to race, especially. I know a lot of people might point out that he's the only black guy who's running, but he talks about these things. He talks about how he gets profiled, but he also talks about how America's made tremendous progress. And I think that will resonate tremendously. Vivek, of course, who is not a white man, will also be able to speak to this, but also ESG, the Corporate Equality Index, big issues. Mike Pence, nothing. And Ron DeSantis can only regurgitate the strong points of Vivek. Donald Trump, I don't think he's going to have a lot to say either, to be completely honest, but it doesn't matter because he's the whale. He is the big dude on stage who's going to say all of the right things, and he's going to be able to play to the audience and to people more so than policy could. That's why I think he's likely to win. But hey, man, who knows? DeSantis really could pull off an upset. Look, there's some speculation some speculation, some rumors as to why Ron DeSantis might actually take the lead. Strong reason. We've talked about it in Timcast IRL in the members only section, so you got to check that out. But I think we'll end up talking about it a little bit today. But let's just say that Trump championed policies that result in backfiring on the American public during primary season, and Ron DeSantis says, we didn't. There's some certain policies. You maybe get where I'm going with this, but we'll leave it vague and we'll talk about it later tonight. I think Vivek is going to light a fire under all these candidates. He'll probably, you know what's funny, actually? I don't think they don't have Vivek actually here in the prediction market. And I wonder if it's because they've just not created the possibility. Maybe you have to choose the person. I don't know. But Vivek's not on here either. And he's actually getting tremendous press. I don't think he'll win, but I do think he will shape the conversation. So we'll see. I really did not want to do a segment on Mike Pence. I got to be honest. I want to talk about some other cultural stuff, but I got to talk about Mike Pence announcing he's running. I bet nobody even watches this video. Thanks for hanging out to all those who did, and I'll see you on the next segment in a few minutes.